Have you ever wondered why some days you feel unstoppable while others you can't seem to get off the couch? Why do these bouts of laziness seem to sneak up just when you need motivation the most? Imagine conquering this inertia, not just for a day, but transforming it into a sustained drive that powers every aspect of your life. Today, we're diving deep into a universal struggle, overcoming laziness to feel more empowered and in control. By the end of this video, you'll have not just an understanding but a set of actionable strategies that can significantly alter how you approach your daily routines and challenges. Why is this important? Because the difference between feeling stuck and moving forward lies in the small decisions and changes we are willing to implement. But first, let's talk about why this topic is so crucial. Laziness isn't just about being idle or procrastinating on tasks. It's often a complex interplay of lack of motivation, fear, overwhelming feelings, and poor planning. Each of these factors feeds into the cycle of inactivity, creating a barrier that seems insurmountable. Breaking this cycle means understanding its roots and applying targeted approaches to eradicate them. My journey with laziness has been as real as anyone's. There were days I found myself glued to my chair, mindlessly scrolling through my phone, wasting hours with nothing to show for it. The turning point came when I realized that small, consistent changes could lead to significant transformations. I began by setting achievable goals which gradually led to larger, more ambitious ones. Each step forward boosted my confidence and diminished the hold laziness had on my life. Sharing these experiences and solutions with you isn't just about giving advice. It's about offering a proven pathway that has worked not only for myself, but for countless others who have faced similar struggles. As we delve into the heart of this video, we will explore 5 key reasons that contribute to laziness and provide you with strategies to counteract each one. Whether it's the lack of clear goals that leaves you directionless or the daunting size of tasks that paralyzes your start, each point will be addressed with practical philosophical insights aimed at reshaping your perspective and actions. We will also tackle the fears that prevent us from stepping out of our comfort zones and the poor time management skills that exacerbate our procrastination. Why should you stick around until the end? Because we're not just scratching the surface with general tips, like just get organized or stop procrastinating. We are going deeper, uncovering the roots of laziness and equipping you with philosophical insights and psychological tools that will empower you to initiate and sustain change. The strategies discussed today are tailored to foster long-term improvements in how you manage your energy, focus your efforts, and ultimately how you perceive and tackle tasks. This isn't about quick fixes. It's about building a foundation that supports lifelong productivity and fulfillment. What exactly is laziness? Often we quickly label someone as lazy if they aren't achieving as much as we think they should, or if they spend a lot of time engaging in leisure activities. However, laziness is not just a simple refusal to work or an aversion to activity at its core. Laziness can be seen as a lack of motivation to engage in necessary or meaningful tasks, even when one has the capability to do so. This definition helps us see laziness, not just as a personal failing, but as a complex behavior that might have deeper roots. It's crucial to distinguish laziness from other conditions that might mimic its appearance. For instance, someone might seem lazy because they're always tired or disinterested in activity, but these symptoms could also indicate underlying health issues like depression or chronic fatigue syndrome. Depression often dampens motivation and drains energy, making even simple tasks seem daunting. Fatigue, whether physical or mental, can also cripple one's ability to perform tasks that require effort. Unlike laziness, these conditions are not about a lack of willingness, but rather a decrease in one's capacity to act due to mental health struggles or physical limitations. One of the biggest myths about laziness is that it's merely a lack of willpower. This view oversimplifies the issue and can be damaging, leading to harsh judgments and self-criticism. It implies that if only individuals tried harder, they could easily overcome their inertia. However, this is not always the case. Laziness is often a symptom rather than the main problem. For example, if someone finds a task unrewarding or pointless, their reluctance to engage isn't a matter of willpower. It's a reaction to the perceived lack of value in the task. Similarly, if the task is too complex or ambiguous, the delay in starting or completing the task isn't laziness but a natural response to uncertainty. Another common misconception is that lazy people are unproductive in all areas of life, which is often not true. Many people might choose to exert their efforts selectively, focusing intensely on activities they find meaningful or enjoyable while neglecting others. This selective focus isn't laziness. It's a prioritization of interests and values, which can actually be a rational decision-making process. From a psychological standpoint, laziness can be linked to various cognitive and emotional factors. One key concept is the theory of learned helplessness, which is a condition in which a person feels powerless to change their situation due to repeated failures. This feeling of helplessness can lead to a lack of effort because the individual believes that no amount of effort will change their circumstances. Another psychological factor is the concept of delayed discounting, where people are more likely to choose immediate smaller rewards over larger delayed ones. This can make long-term goals seem less appealing, fostering procrastination and so-called laziness. Moreover, the way we are conditioned from a young age also plays a significant role in how we approach tasks as adults. For instance, if someone was frequently criticized instead of encouraged during their formative years, they might develop a fear of failure that makes them hesitant to try new or challenging tasks. This isn't laziness but a protective mechanism to avoid negative emotions and self-perceptions. Additionally, motivational psychology introduces us to the idea of intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation. People who are intrinsically motivated perform activities for the sake of the activity itself because they find it rewarding. In contrast, extrinsically motivated individuals engage in activities for external rewards or pressures, such as grades or approval from others. When intrinsic motivation is low and external incentives are absent or insufficient, what looks like laziness might actually be a lack of compelling reasons to engage in the activity. By understanding these psychological principles, we can better understand why simply trying harder isn't always the answer to overcoming laziness. Instead, addressing the underlying causes, whether they are emotional, cognitive, or situational, can lead to more effective solutions. One of the fundamental reasons behind what we often perceive as laziness is the lack of clear goals. Without a specific target or objective in mind, it becomes difficult to muster the energy or enthusiasm to take action. Imagine trying to hit a target that you can't see. No matter how many times you shoot, your chances of hitting it are slim. This analogy captures the frustration and futility that can accompany unclear or undefined goals. When goals are vague, motivation wanes because you don't have a clear direction or endpoint in mind. This lack of direction can lead to aimless wandering or procrastination, as there's no compelling why driving your actions. Without a strong why, even simple tasks can seem overwhelming or unnecessary, leading individuals to avoid them altogether. Thus, being labeled as lazy from a philosophical standpoint, the concept of having a purpose or existential drive is central to human motivation and action. Philosophers like Friedrich Nietzsche and Viktor Frankl have emphasized the importance of having a clear purpose in life. Nietzsche's idea of the will to power suggests that our primary drive is to maximize our own power and potential. In this context, clear goals give individuals a sense of direction and a way to channel their energies constructively, fulfilling their desire to achieve and grow. Viktor Frankl, on the other hand, proposed that finding meaning in life is the primary motivational force in humans. He suggested that when people have a clear sense of what they want to achieve, particularly goals that contribute to a larger purpose or meaning, they are more resilient and motivated to overcome obstacles. These philosophical insights into the importance of having goals that are not only clear but also meaningful. When goals align with personal values and contribute to a greater purpose, they become more compelling and motivating. This alignment energizes individuals, propelling them towards action and away from the inertia that is often mistaken for laziness. The first step in setting clear, achievable goals is to define what success looks like for you personally. This means taking the time to reflect on what you truly want to achieve and why it matters. A useful tool in this process is the SMART criteria, where goals are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. By ensuring your goals meet these criteria, you can increase the clarity and achievable of each objective. Specific. Your goals should be clear and specific, so you know exactly what you're working towards. For example, instead of saying, "I want to get better at math," a more specific goal would be, "I want to improve my math grade from a B to an A by the end of the semester." Measurable. You need to be able to track your progress towards your goal. In the math example, the measurable aspect is the improvement in grades that can be observed and quantified achievable. Your goal should be realistic and attainable to be successful in achieving it. This doesn't mean that you can't set high goals, but rather that the goals should not be out of reach. For instance, setting a goal to win a Nobel Prize in your first year of undergraduate study is not as achievable as aiming to contribute to a research project in your field of study relevant. The goal should align with your broader life goals and values. If you value academic achievement because it opens doors to good colleges and future job opportunities, then improving your grades is a relevant goal. Time-bound. Every goal should have a deadline or a time frame that specifies when you aim to complete it. The deadline serves as a motivator, encouraging you to plan and execute your actions efficiently by setting goals that are smart. You provide yourself with a clear roadmap to follow, which enhances your motivation to take action regularly. Reviewing these goals and adjusting them as needed can also help maintain your focus and commitment. Achieving smaller goals can boost your confidence, reduce feelings of overwhelm by breaking down larger tasks, and reinforce the habit of productivity, which collectively help to dissipate the cloud of laziness and inaction when faced with large, daunting tasks. It's common to feel paralyzed, unsure where to begin or how to proceed. This paralysis isn't just about feeling overwhelmed. It's a psychological response that can trigger a freeze reaction in the face of a big project such as writing a term paper, organizing a community event, or even cleaning a cluttered garage. The brain can interpret these tasks as threats, creating anxiety and stress. This response is similar to what animals experience in the wild when confronted with danger instead of fleeing or fighting. However, humans often procrastinate. This delay is not due to laziness, but rather an instinctual reaction to what is perceived as an insurmountable task. The sheer scale of a project can cloud our ability to see the individual steps involved, leading us to avoid the task entirely, often misinterpreted as laziness. The ancient philosophy of Stoicism provides valuable insights into handling overwhelming tasks. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca focused on control and rationality, teaching that we should focus only on what is within our power to change and accept what we cannot influence, applying this to large tasks. Stoicism encourages the practice of chunking or breaking tasks into smaller, more manageable parts. This approach aligns with their teachings on working with nature, including our natural limitations of focus and energy by dividing a large task into smaller pieces. We reduce the mental and emotional load, making the task seem less daunting and more approachable. Each small task accomplished provides a sense of progress and control, which are key to maintaining motivation and reducing the stress that can come from taking on big projects. To effectively break down overwhelming tasks into manageable chunks, several techniques can be employed. One of the most popular and scientifically supported methods is the Pomodoro technique, developed by Francesco Cirillo in the late 1980s. This technique uses a timer to break work into intervals, traditionally 25 minutes in length, separated by short breaks. Here's how you can apply it. Identify the task. Start with a clear definition of the overall task at hand. For instance, if the task is to prepare for an important exam, the first step is to clearly outline what subjects or topics need to be covered. Break it down. Divide the main task into smaller specific actions. Using the exam preparation example, this could mean creating a list of individual study sessions focused on specific chapters or concepts. Set the Pomodoro timer. Begin a 25-minute work session on just one of the smaller tasks. The key is to focus solely on that small part without thinking about the entirety of the project. Take a short break after each session. Take a 5-minute break. This helps to keep the mind fresh and prevents burnout during this break. Avoid thinking about the task and do something completely unrelated like stretching or having a snack. Repeat and review. Continue with subsequent Pomodoros, each followed by a short break. After 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break of about 15 to 30 minutes. This longer break allows the brain to recover and consolidate the information or progress made. Adjust as needed as you work through the tasks. Adjust your chunks or Pomodoros based on what's working or not. Flexibility is key to managing large tasks effectively beyond the Pomodoro technique. Another useful strategy is to visualize the task as a series of steps on a ladder. Each rung represents a smaller achievable goal. As you climb each rung, you not only move closer to completing the overall task, but also build momentum and confidence. This latter method helps maintain a clear perspective on progress and ensures that each step is actionable and within reach. Fear of failure is a powerful deterrent that can lead to procrastination and avoidance behaviors. This fear stems from the anticipation of negative outcomes such as embarrassment, loss of respect, or a sense of incompetence, which can be so overwhelming that it paralyzes action when faced with the possibility of failing. Many people choose not to try at all, believing that no attempt is safer than a failed one. This avoidance is a protective mechanism shielding one from the immediate emotional discomfort of failure. However, it also prevents learning and growth, keeping individuals in a safe but stagnant position. This cycle of fear and inaction can manifest in various ways, from delaying starting a project to avoiding challenging tasks altogether. The irony of this fear is that by avoiding failure, one also avoids success, as both are often found on the same path. Existentialism. A philosophy that emphasizes individual freedom, choice, and existence, offers a unique perspective on failure. Prominent existentialists like Jean-Paul Sartre and Friedrich Nietzsche have argued that failure is an inevitable part of defining oneself and one's values. According to existentialism, the essence of life is not found in avoiding failure, but in how we respond to it. This philosophy encourages embracing failure as a crucial element of the human experience, a tool for self-discovery and personal growth. Nietzsche's concept of amor fati, or love of one's fate, is particularly relevant. Here, he suggests that we should not only accept but also love everything that happens in our lives, including our failures. By adopting this mindset, failure becomes not just an accepted outcome, but a welcomed one, as each failure provides invaluable lessons and opportunities for growth. This radical acceptance can transform our approach to challenges, making us more resilient and open to experiences regardless of their outcome. To effectively overcome the fear of failure, one must redefine their relationship with failure itself, adopting a growth mindset. A concept popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck is crucial in this transformation. A growth mindset is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. This perspective views failure not as a reflection of inherent incapabilities, but as a natural step in the learning process. Here are some practical steps to cultivate a growth mindset and redefine failure. Reframe failure. Begin by changing how you perceive failure. Instead of seeing it as a negative endpoint, view it as a form of feedback or a learning opportunity. For example, if you fail a test, instead of concluding that you're not good at the subject, analyze what went wrong and what you can do differently next time. Set learning goals instead of focusing solely on performance goals. For example, getting an A on a test, set learning goals. For example, understanding a concept thoroughly. This shift focuses your attention on the process rather than just the outcome. Reducing the pressure associated with fear of failure. Celebrate effort, not just outcome. Recognize and reward effort, not just success. Celebrating the hard work you put into a task, regardless of the outcome, reinforces the value of persistence and effort. Encourage reflection. After a setback, take time to reflect on what happened. Ask yourself what you learned from the experience and how you can use this knowledge to improve. This reflective practice can help build resilience and a deeper understanding of your capabilities. Expose yourself to challenges. Regularly stepping out of your comfort zone and facing challenges can desensitize you to the fear of failure. Start with smaller challenges and gradually increase the difficulty as you become more comfortable with the possibility of failing. By embracing these strategies, you can begin to see failure as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. This shift in perception not only alleviates the fear of failure, but also enhances your capacity to pursue goals with courage and confidence. Motivation is the driving force that compels us to take action and pursue our goals. However, there are times when this drive dwindles, leaving individuals feeling listless and unmotivated. Understanding why people sometimes lack motivation requires examining several psychological and environmental factors. One primary reason is the absence of intrinsic motivation, which is the motivation that comes from within, driven by interest and enjoyment in the task itself. When activities are performed solely for external rewards such as money, grades, or approval, they may not engage one's deeper interests or fulfill personal values, leading to a reduction in motivation. Another significant factor is the lack of autonomy. When people feel they have no choice or control over their actions, their intrinsic motivation can decrease. This is often seen in educational or workplace settings where the emphasis is on compliance and adherence to rules, rather than on fostering an environment where individuals can choose tasks that align with their interests and skills. Additionally, a perceived lack of competence can also undermine motivation if individuals feel that they lack the skills necessary to perform a task effectively. Or if the task is too far beyond their current abilities, motivation can wane due to a sense of futility or fear of failure. Friedrich Nietzsche's views on motivation can be particularly enlightening in this context. Nietzsche believed in the power of the will to power as a fundamental motivational force, arguing that striving to maximize one's power and potential is at the core of human motivation. This perspective encourages individuals to seek challenges that foster growth and self-overcoming, rather than avoiding them due to fear or complacency. Nietzsche's idea implies that finding tasks that challenge us and align with our personal growth can significantly enhance motivation. In contemporary motivational psychology, theories like self-determination theory echo some of these ideas. STT posits that optimal motivation is achieved when three basic psychological needs are met: autonomy, the need to feel in control of one's actions; competence, the need to feel capable and effective; and relatedness, the need to feel connected to others. When these needs are satisfied, individuals experience enhanced self-motivation and well-being, suggesting that environments that support these needs will see higher levels of engagement and motivation from individuals. To increase motivation, particularly intrinsic motivation, it's crucial to connect with personal motivators and create environments that foster autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Here are some practical tips to achieve this. Identify personal interests and passions. Spend time reflecting on activities that you find enjoyable and fulfilling. Integrating these interests into your daily tasks can help enhance intrinsic motivation. For example, if you enjoy creative writing, try to incorporate this skill into routine assignments or projects. Set personal goals. Align your activities with your personal goals and values. Goals that resonate personally are more motivating than those imposed from outside. Make sure these goals are challenging yet achievable. To maintain your engagement and interest, seek challenges. Just as Nietzsche suggested, engaging in challenges that push you to grow can be incredibly motivating. Choose tasks that stretch your abilities but are within your reach. Overcoming these challenges can lead to a sense of accomplishment and boost your motivation to tackle new goals. Cultivate a supportive environment. Surround yourself with people who encourage and support your efforts. Having a network of supportive individuals can fulfill your need for relatedness and provide encouragement during challenging times. Enhance autonomy. Whenever possible, seek ways to have a say in the tasks you undertake or the methods you use. Autonomy is a powerful motivator because it gives you a sense of control over your activities and decisions. Celebrate small wins. Recognizing and celebrating progress, even if small, can boost your sense of competence and reinforce your motivation. Make a habit of acknowledging your successes and learning from your setbacks. By employing these strategies, you can create a motivational environment that not only drives you to achieve your goals, but also aligns with your personal values and interests, leading to a more fulfilling and engaging experience. Poor time management can be a significant contributor to feelings of laziness and unproductive. When individuals struggle to manage their time effectively, tasks often pile up, deadlines loom, and a sense of overwhelm sets in. This overwhelm can lead to procrastination and avoidance behaviors as individuals feel ill-equipped to tackle the mounting workload. Furthermore, poor time management can create a cycle of inefficiency where tasks take longer to complete than necessary due to disorganization or lack of prioritization. This inefficiency can exacerbate feelings of frustration and inadequacy, further diminishing motivation and productivity. In essence, poor time management not only leads to wasted time but also contributes to a sense of helplessness and inertia, which are often mistaken for laziness. The philosophical implications of time and productivity have long been pondered by thinkers throughout history. In ancient philosophy, time was often seen as a limited and precious resource to be used wisely and purposefully. Philosophers like Seneca emphasize the importance of seizing the present moment and making the most of our time on Earth. This perspective suggests that wasting time through poor time management is not just a practical concern but also a moral one, as it represents a failure to fulfill our potential and live up to our responsibilities. From a more contemporary perspective, productivity has become closely intertwined with notions of self-worth and success in a society that values efficiency and output. The ability to manage one's time effectively is often equated with personal competence and value. This can create added pressure on individuals to perform and achieve, leading to feelings of guilt or inadequacy when time is not utilized optimally. In this context, poor time management can be seen not only as a practical obstacle but also as a philosophical quandary, raising questions about the nature of productivity and its relationship to personal identity and fulfillment. While understanding the various reasons behind laziness and implementing strategies to overcome them is crucial, the real challenge lies in integrating these changes into one's daily lifestyle. It's not enough to simply know what needs to be done. Consistency and application are key to long-term success. Integrating these strategies into your routine is like building a strong foundation for a house. It provides stability and support for future growth and development. By making these changes habitual, they become second nature, reducing the effort required to maintain them and increasing the likelihood of sustained success. The journey towards overcoming laziness and improving productivity is not a sprint but a marathon. It requires patience, perseverance, and a long-term perspective. The strategies discussed earlier are not quick fixes, but rather tools for building lasting habits that support a productive and fulfilling lifestyle. Research in behavioral psychology suggests that it takes an average of 66 days for a new behavior to become automatic, indicating that consistent application over time is essential for habit formation. By consistently applying the strategies outlined in this video, individuals can gradually rewire their brains and behaviors, making productivity and motivation a natural part of their daily lives. Over time, these habits become ingrained, requiring less conscious effort to maintain. As habits solidify, individuals experience greater ease and efficiency in their tasks, leading to increased confidence and satisfaction. Moreover, the benefits of habit formation extend beyond productivity. They also contribute to overall well-being and quality of life. To integrate these changes into your lifestyle, it's essential to establish daily habits that support productivity and combat laziness. Here are some practical suggestions. Morning routine. Start your day with a structured morning routine that sets a positive tone for the rest of the day. This could include activities such as meditation, exercise, journaling, or planning your day ahead. A consistent morning routine helps to jumpstart your energy and focus, making it easier to tackle tasks later on. Task prioritization. Use a to-do list or planner to prioritize your task for the day. Identify the most important and urgent tasks and tackle them first while leaving less critical tasks for later. This helps to prevent overwhelm and ensures that you're focusing your energy on activities that will yield the greatest impact. Time blocking. Allocate specific blocks of time for different tasks or activities throughout the day. This helps to create structure and discipline in your schedule, reducing the likelihood of procrastination and ensuring that you're making progress towards your goals. Regular breaks. Incorporate regular breaks into your day to rest and recharge. Research shows that taking short breaks can actually improve productivity and concentration, as it allows your brain to reset and refocus. Use breaks to engage in activities that relax and rejuvenate you, such as going for a walk, practicing deep breathing, or enjoying a healthy snack. Reflective practice. At the end of each day, take some time to reflect on your accomplishments and challenges. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small, and identify areas for improvement. This reflective practice helps to reinforce positive behaviors and allows you to make adjustments to your approach as needed. Consistent bedtime. Prioritize getting enough sleep and establish a consistent bedtime routine. Adequate rest is essential for cognitive function, mood regulation, and overall well-being. Aim for 79 hours of sleep per night and create a relaxing bedtime routine to signal to your body that it's time to wind down. By incorporating these daily habits into your lifestyle, you can create a supportive environment that fosters productivity and combats laziness. Remember, consistency is key. Small, consistent actions over time lead to significant changes and long-term success. Today, we've explored the multifaceted nature of laziness and uncovered strategies to overcome its grip on our lives, from understanding the psychological roots of laziness to implementing practical techniques for improvement. We've delved into various aspects of this pervasive issue. Let's recap the key points discussed. We began by dissecting the concept of laziness, distinguishing it from other conditions, and debunking common misconceptions. Understanding that laziness is often a symptom rather than a character flaw lays the groundwork for effective intervention. Next, we explored the importance of clear goals in combating laziness, drawing on philosophical insights to underscore the significance of purpose and direction in our lives by setting smart goals and aligning them with our values. We empower ourselves to overcome inertia and strive for meaningful achievements. We then tackled the paralysis induced by overwhelming tasks, incorporating Stoic principles and practical techniques to break down daunting projects into manageable steps. By adopting the Pomodoro technique and embracing challenges, we can navigate complex endeavors with confidence and efficiency. Fear of failure emerged as another significant barrier to productivity, prompting us to embrace failure as a catalyst for growth rather than a deterrent. By cultivating a growth mindset and reframing our relationship with failure, we can harness its transformative power to propel us forward. Poor time management also came under scrutiny, highlighting the importance of prioritization and discipline in maximizing our productivity. Integrating daily habits such as time blocking and reflective practice into our routines fosters a sense of structure and purpose, reducing the likelihood of succumbing to laziness. In the quest to combat laziness, the journey doesn't end with knowledge. It begins with action. I urge you to take these strategies to heart and apply them in your own lives. Whether you're a student striving for academic success, a professional navigating the complexities of the workplace, or simply an individual seeking personal growth, the principles outlined in this video are universally applicable. Remember, change doesn't happen overnight. It's the cumulative effect of small, consistent actions that leads to profound transformation. Commit to implementing these strategies daily. Even when the going gets tough, embrace challenges as opportunities for growth and never lose sight of your intrinsic worth and potential. Let us heed the words of Winston Churchill. Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. With courage and determination, we can overcome laziness and unlock our fullest potential. So go forth and seize the day, knowing that greatness awaits those who dare to defy inertia and pursue their dreams.